Hello and welcome back. We have a bit of a change in scenery today because it is finally warm enough for me to sit in my sunroom. It has just been so cold in here that I haven't even wanted to run the heater because it just runs 24/7. But right now, it's just beautiful. And I'm still working on furnishing this room. Right now, we just have this couch behind me that I got at our local antique store. And it's really cute, but eventually it'll be cuter in here. Regardless, I just got back from a very fun little haul from Joann and Michaels. I got quite a few things that I have to share with you. I'm just really excited about a lot of them. So I figure we'll start off this week's vlog with just a fun little yarn haul and a few other things. So for starters, I wanted to make a blanket for my sister, and you're gonna be very shocked to see that I actually went with Red Heart Super Saver. If you don't know, I have not been a big fan of Red Heart Super Saver in the past. It's very scratchy. I don't love it, but Annabella from Crochet Grove is actually making a really cute blanket with this yarn, and I heard her say that she just put hers in fabric softener and it softened it up a lot. So I'm really curious to try that out. And it's this really cute blanket. It almost has like a heart design on it, and the background is in white, so I got that. And then I got these two skeins of the Red Heart Retro Stripe to go along with it because my sister Olivia just loves all the neons and things like that. So I just feel like this is very her and the perfect person to give this to. And if I like this pattern, I might end up making one for the couch behind me because I think it'd be really fun to have sort of like a blue theme in here, maybe like a really pretty ombre blue blanket to kind of go with the theme in here. So I got that at Joann, and then I also got these poly pellets to try for an upcoming pattern that I'm working on. These are pretty similar to like what they put in Beanie Babies, I think. And there was another option there for like these even smaller little glass pellets, and those weigh a lot more, so they're like really good for weighted plushies. But I thought this would be just fun to play around with. I need to get some sort of little bag to put them in inside of the plushies. I think people use like those little like stocking things. Like I'm probably gonna try that out for this. So I'm excited to hopefully try this together very soon. I also saw these tiny little sunglasses and I just had to get them because I feel like they're gonna be really fun to use on like a plushie or one of my pigeons or something. They're just so cute and actually seem like pretty decent quality for the price. So I had to snag those. And then one other thing is the Big Twist brand has had a bunch of really cute like yarn related things, like little pins and stickers and stuff like that. And so one of the things in the collection were these really cute little granny square notepads, and I thought these would just be perfect for my desk. So I decided to grab those because they're just really simple and cute. They also had some really adorable mugs that were like crochet themed. I almost got one, but I have way too many mugs as it is, so I definitely need to declutter before I bring more into my house because I could not possibly use all the mugs that I have. So that's everything that I got at Joann. And then I want to show you what I got at Michaels. I got a little bit more at Michaels because I had some specific things in mind when I went to Michaels, but we'll start with this bag here. So for starters, I basically shrieked when we were inside of Michaels because they finally have Feels Like Bliss at my store. I have not seen this in store for the longest time. And if you've been around the channel for a while, you know the saga of me trying to find this exact color of Feels Like Bliss. Every time I would order it online, my order would get canceled. So this is my first time actually seeing it in person. And I'm so excited about this because back in the day, about a year ago, I used to make a lot of pigeons with this yarn and they would sell really well on my Etsy shop. So I'm excited to bring those back and make a few more and see how they do because I enjoy making them so much. So what I did is I got this color, the slate color, and I actually ordered one on Amazon because I was not expecting to find it today. So that's coming later today as well. And then I got this gray color, I got the blue one, and then it was buy one 50% off. So I also got another gray because I really love Feels Like Bliss. I think it's so cute and it's pretty easy to work with, I'd say. There's like a bit of a learning curve because it's kind of stretchy at first, but overall 10 out of 10 recommend. Another thing that I got at Michaels was some dried florals and like this wheat because I've been collecting a bunch of really pretty vases and I just like decorating my house with this type of stuff. So I got some of that to put in our vases because right now I just have a ton of empty vases. So we'll do that in a second. and hopefully make that look really cute. And then I think this is the last thing I got, and this is for my next pattern. I have been going back and forth on what my pattern for the month of March is going to be. I think I finally figured it out, so we're going to work on that in this video, but I needed some yarn for this project, and it had a few things in mind specifically. So I am actually working with Bernat Blanket Mystical for this project. This is the one that almost looks like a dilute calico. It's called Gray Cloud. It's super pretty. And then I went with this orange one that is called Canyon. So I'm not typically a Bernat Blanket girly, but I think for this project specifically, it's going to be really good for that. And I'm really excited to get working on it. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing first this weekend, because I really need to get a move on it. And honestly, I'm just really excited to work on this blanket because it's so out of the norm of what I usually do. So that's going to be really fun. But these are all things that we're going to be working on in this vlog together. So I hope you're ready to spend a little cozy weekend with me, and we can get all sorts of crocheting done. Blankets, new patterns, and maybe some fluffy pigeons along the way. So make sure you have your cozy little drink, your cozy little project, and let's just get right into it. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. This little cabinet is my most recent antique store find, and I am just so in love with it. I don't have a ton of stuff in here yet because I'm trying to make it look really cute, but I do have a few of my favorite cookbooks. I also found this really cute little vintage, I don't even know what this is, like a little vase kind of thing with a spout, I guess. I don't really know. But one of my favorite parts about this is it comes with the little key that it originally came with. I'm always bad at pulling it out. Here we go. But see, look at how cute the little key is. It's just so adorable. So I think eventually one day I will fill this up with teacups and things like that and just try to make it all look really cute. But for now, I'm still learning how to lock it. There we go. But in the meantime, I'm gonna start working on my design for next month, and fingers crossed it works out, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and turn on a show or something. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows. I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I have been a crocheting machine over the past 24 hours. So last time we checked in was last night, and I was going back and forth between working on my new pattern design and this blanket, and I've made quite a bit of progress. So we have the first draft of the cat finished, and I think I'm gonna call this my hanging cat pattern. So here's a little overview of our first draft here. He definitely has some fluff all over him, so you'll have to excuse him there. But this pattern is actually no-sew. I wasn't trying to make this a no-sew pattern, but it's just kind of nice when that happens, I guess. So this is what we have so far, and shout out to all of my amazing friends on Patreon. I seriously don't know what I would do without them because they help me so much while I'm designing patterns, especially for ones like these that are a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I asked them for their honest thoughts, and they're always honest with me, and I can't even begin to explain how much I appreciate it. It helps me so much. So they kind of help me narrow down a few things that need to be improved about this pattern before I start getting it ready for testing. So, first of all, the thing you might be noticing right off the bat is that this is looking a little bit mousy. So we're going to adjust this part of the nose. And then the other thing is we're going to make this part of the body just a little bit thicker so the taper isn't as insane right here. Like, he needs a little bit of a bigger waist, I guess, because he's a little narrow up here. So we're going to widen that up, and then I think we will move the arms just slightly farther apart. And then obviously we're going to have to add some spots and things like that so that there's all sorts of different cats that you can make in the pattern. So that's something I'm going to be working on over the course of the next week or so. But I really like the tail and just how floppy he is. And while I was writing up the pattern, I noticed it was just really fun to hold him like this. Like, he's a really good size. For this one, I used a 6mm hook and Bernat blanket, which I don't normally use, but I love this. I'm really curious to see the size comparison when I use Parfait Chunky, but I really like the Bernat blanket size. So that's the update on him. And then the blanket, okay? The blanket is so much fun. I've been having so much fun working on this. I sent it to my sister and she loves it too. So I'm so happy about that. But here's what I have so far. So we're using that Red Heart Retro Stripe yarn, and it is so fun to work with. Man, this is just all tangled, of course. What is going on? I have like the biggest tangle in the world. 1 second. I think that was snow that just fell off there. That was a weird sound. So here is what it is looking like, and so you can see here we have like some pink down here, and it's just like a really fun gradient, and I think it's a really good size as well. I'm using a 5mm hook for this, and I'm really happy with the tension. I think it's really cute, and this would be such a fun one for a baby blanket or something. I might have to make one of these for myself in some different colors, and honestly all I want to do today is just work on this blanket. So I'm thinking now that I've finished the first draft of my pattern, I'm probably just going to sit down and work on this today. It honestly sounds amazing. It's also just so nice outside. It has been so long since there's been no snow on the ground and the sun is out. So I think the only way for me to celebrate is to go get a nice little iced latte and enjoy my afternoon. I feel like this always happens to me, but last night, right as I was falling asleep, I had like a complete revelation on how I want to redo the cat pattern that I'm working on. So that's what I've been working on today, and I feel like I'm making good progress. I'll have to show it to you in a second. I'm just making my lunch really quick though, and little life hack for you. We literally will just make like chicken, rice, and beans and put it in the fridge in these containers. This saves me so much time because I hate making lunch. And I'm the type of person where I will just not eat lunch, or I'll eat like Cheetos or something because I just don't want to cook in the middle of the day. So this is such a game changer for me. It's definitely not groundbreaking whatsoever, but it just helps me so much. So we're making lunch right now and then we'll get back to work. But basically I realized after talking to my Patreon friends and kind of giving my brain some time to think about the cat pattern, I want to rework the legs a little bit and make the body just a tad different. But then I also got an idea for like an even smaller version, like a really cute tiny snuggler kitten pattern, and so that might be something that has to happen. But then on the other hand, I'm still having so much fun with the blanket. Like, this pattern is 10 out of 10. It is so fun and it's very just meditative and relaxing, so that's been nice. But then I also want to make fluffy pigeons with Feels Like Bliss, so I'm all over the place. Whoa, 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 tell myself I need... Give that another minute. Also, something I didn't really notice somehow when we bought our house is that there's no microwave or spot for a microwave. So that was weird. Like, I didn't realize until we were actually moved in here. So we got a little microwave, and it is amazing how perfectly it fits in this little spot right here, because that was like a total happy accident. We did not plan that at all, but it's just so cute and tucked away over here. I love how like perfectly it fits. Like, seriously, there's like a fraction of an inch of space in between on either side. It's like it was just made for that corner. I'm still waiting for that to finish heating up, but at very least, I'm hoping to finish up the cat pattern today and just have it done, be able to write up the pattern and be done with that, because I tend to like lose steam when I'm in the middle of designing sometimes, and I get to like a hurdle and it just stresses me out. So I feel like we're past that point though. I just am excited to see it all done, and hopefully it turns out the way that I want it to. I don't know. It's always just a weird thing, but... And just like that, my lunch is ready. It's not the most exciting thing, but it's definitely better than eating a bag of Cheetos. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. I am finally on the meal prep train, but not like too much meal prep, because then it's just kind of like not fun anymore. Like, I need no more than like 2 of the same meal before getting bored. So some form of like chicken and rice and beans, I guess. But also, this is so fun. I feel like we're like eating lunch together right now, so I'm very here for that. This is actually really good. Shout out to Ryan though, because he made this. So I just finished lunch. I'm watching Zero Day on Netflix and it's really entertaining. So I definitely recommend it. But this is the updated cat pattern that I'm working on. So I decided to go for a little color change and I love this orange. So this is the progress I've made so far. And then I just realized I also have all the little pieces up here. I hid them up here so that the cats don't grab them, because they love to steal these from me. But now I'm just gonna keep working on this and hopefully I'll have a finished pattern to share with you very soon. Good morning. I'm so excited right now because I just finished up all the little details of our cat pattern. So I have it here with me right now and this is the finished reveal. This is the Bernat blanket one. I definitely want to make another one in Parfait Chunky just to see the size comparison and get a good idea of that. But I just love the little beans and the big floppy tail and how it looks like you're just holding a real cat almost. Like, just look at his little body all shaking around. So I love this so much and it's just such a good size. Like, look at how huggable it is. Just a little kitty hug. Oh my gosh. It feels like I'm holding a little baby right now. But I think this is going to be a really fun pattern to put those beans that we got from Joanne inside of. I still need to get the stocking to put those beans inside of, but it would make this plushie just super nice and weighted. And honestly, I totally need to get on the train of like holding a plushie when I'm stressed because it's very relaxing, like just holding it like this. I don't know how to explain it, but it just kind of calms me down. I'm curious if any of you guys have had that experience, but it's just almost like holding a little baby and it's hard to be stressed because it's just so like soft and cute. So this is our pattern. I am going to write this up today. I think that's going to be number 1 on the agenda today. But oh, I just can't get over how much I love this. He's just so cute and I'm so excited to see this worked up with Parfait Chunky. I just love the tail. I can't get over it. I think it's so cute. So I really hope you guys like this too. I'm gonna try to get it out as soon as I can. Oh my gosh. It's just so cuddly. It feels like you're holding a real cat. It's like holding a real cat, but minus the scratches here and there. Just all cuddles, no scratches. So I really love this so much. This has been such a fun project. I also want to show you my blanket that I've been working on. You guys, I've been having so much fun with this. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to explain. I'm so excited to give this to my sister. I think she's really gonna like it. It's just so much fun and cute and colorful. So here's what I have so far. It's pretty big and I haven't run out of yarn yet. I have used almost 1 skein of the Red Heart Retro Stripe and then I got a bigger skein of the white color. So I think we should be good on this. I might need to do 1 more of these, but I have a backup skein of the colorful Retro Stripe skein. So I think we'll be good there. And then once I finish it up, we're literally just gonna put it in like a tub of fabric softener and block it. And I think that's really gonna help soften it up. I'm curious to see how soft I can get this yarn before I gift it, because obviously Red Heart Super Saver texture is not ideal off the bat for a blanket. It definitely is a little bit abrasive and my fingers are feeling the consequence of that for sure, but it's definitely worth it because it's just so fun and this project is making me so happy. Like seriously, the past few days, at the end of the day, I just get so excited knowing at the end of the day I'm gonna turn on my show, sit with Ryan and work on my little blanket. It's so much fun. So I really love this. Also, I just posted a reel yesterday of this really funny little pigeon. We got these glasses at Joanne together, but he is sitting on my desk and it's amazing how well they fit on his face. It's like his little beak is just the perfect way to prop them up. It just holds them up perfectly. So he's just been hanging out with me here on my desk. He's just so cool. I wish I was as cool as him, but I love him and I love seeing him sitting on my desk. So that's like a little overview of what I've been working on over the past 12 hours or so. And like I mentioned today, I'm going to focus on writing up this pattern, getting it sent to my tech editor. And then I really want to make more of those fidget caterpillars that we made last week. You guys sold out all the fidget caterpillars and it made me so happy to see that. I'm just so grateful for you guys, but also they're just so fun to make and I really want to make more. I have all of the colors except for one of them and I'm getting requests for more of them. So I ordered the yarn from Premier. Hopefully that's going to be here really soon so that I can ship out more of those to you guys. They're honestly just so fun. They're such a fun project, but that's probably going to have to wait. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to work on some of those fluffy pigeons I was telling you about with these colors. I also have like like the orange and greens and blues and everything. So hopefully that is what we're gonna get to today. That is the plan. And another thing, I'm speaking into existence. Hopefully I actually do it, but I have been liking to make bagels recently, and that might sound completely terrifying, and I totally agree, because I thought making bagels, like, you had to boil them in water and all that stuff, but this recipe is so simple. Like, there's no yeast or anything, so you don't have to let it rise. Instead, you use baking powder and yogurt, and that makes it have like a reaction that puffs them up. But because of the yogurt, they have some extra protein in them, and they've just been like my go-to for breakfast lately. They're so oddly good, and I put like a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning on them and some like shredded cheese on other ones. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna link the recipe below in case you want to try it. It is like my new holy grail like bread making activity, because it's just so simple and you can do it all in one sitting. There's no, I don't know what Mabel's doing. Sorry if you just heard her yapping. But yeah, it's like seriously the best thing. So hopefully we can get around to doing that today. Oh, it's just gonna be a good day. Okay, let's go. Good news, the pattern is off to the tech editor. It's always such a good feeling when I'm able to get that done. It just feels like a weight lifted off of me, because I know that Cherie, my tech editor, is just going to make sure that everything is perfect and exactly the way we need it to be. So that is very nice and very good. And I swear, I was like sitting and editing this pattern, and I was just holding this cat like this the whole time. It was so nice. I don't know, he's just so like cozy and cuddly. I love holding him. So that is done. We can check that off of our list for today. But before it gets any later in the day, I need to do my workout. I've been trying to be very consistent about doing some type of movement every day, and some days it's hard. Today is one of those days where I just simply do not want to. Simply do not want to. Couldn't be bothered, but we're gonna go ahead and get that done, and then I'm gonna reward myself with some crochet. We can work on the blanket. We can work on some pigeons. It's gonna be a good day, but I just need to get that out of the way before I get any further. I finished my workout, and now I just really don't want to make bagels, so I'm gonna go ahead and start working on these pigeons, because I'm just way too excited and I've been chomping at the bit to start these. It's just gonna be so fun. I'm gonna turn on a show and it's gonna be a great time. I want to show you the colors I have picked out. So here's what I'm using. I have the orange color, the slate, I don't know this one, this is the light gray, and then the blue, and then these are for the little stripes, and then this will be for the top of the body, bottom of the body, beak, and feet. And the little pigeon baby is all done. I love him so much. Let me know what you think though about these colors, or if you like just that plain gray one better that I made. I can't decide if I like it better with the slate or just the light gray on the top and the bottom, but I did make a tiny tweak to this pattern. So all I did for these feet this time was I used bobble stitches just to make it a little bit easier. And if you have the pattern, I did these bobble stitches in round 19 instead of making feet that you have to sew on. So there he is, and I'm just obsessed with Feels Like Bliss. I think it's so fun and it just gives such a unique look. So I'm very happy with how he turned out, and hopefully I'll be making more soon. Look at this handsome guy who is falling asleep in the sun. I swear, he just travels to wherever the sun is and he goes and sits, and he is so warm and toasty. But a few of you guys have been asking for a little recap on all of the animals, since we did add a few to our family recently. So we're just going to walk through all the cats really quick. So starting with Dale, he is the most recent addition, and he actually was a feral cat. And ultimately, he decided to turn in his feral card, and now he's like the sweetest boy. He loves taking naps on my chest, and he also likes to nibble. But basically what happened with him is that I did a TNR with him, which is trap, neuter, release. And then after that happened, he completely changed, and he slowly over time just never wanted to leave our house. And so he started off from being very spicy to now just being like the sweetest cat. And it just blows me away all the time how much he has changed and how loving and sweet he is. He just loves hanging out in my office and being with all his cat friends all day. And then in the cat room, we have this little window that they love sitting in front of. So you guys probably know Remy already. He's the first cat that I found at our apartment, and he was just a baby, so it was like a no-brainer that we took him in. Up here is Mabel, who's one of the Calico sisters that we adopted about 6 months ago. She's definitely more shy, so you probably see her the least, but she is just the sweetest cat that I've ever met. They love sitting here and watching the birds. I have a bird feeder, but it fell over. I have to go pick it up. And then Myrtle just jumped off, but this is Myrtle. She's the other Calico sister, and she honestly has the funniest little personality. Like, when you come up to her, she'll usually make... We also just got a litter robot, so 10 out of 10 recommend. They're very pricey, but so worth it. That's Myrtle. For some reason, she's chilling under the bed, but you can tell her apart from Mabel by their faces. They both have two very different looking faces. Myrtle almost has this little Batman mask and some really funny eyes, and then Mabel is just kind of like a standard cute looking calico cat, but they're both just so funny. So those are the 4 cats, but we also have 2 dogs, and we've had them for a long time. Like, Bush is going to be 6 this year, Evie's going to be 4, so we have had dogs longer than we've had cats. And I feel like you guys also see the dogs a lot less because they're usually sleeping out in the living room and watching like cars go by and stuff. So I'm going to turn you around and show you them. So this is Bush. He's going to be 6 in June, and he is a border collie and blue heeler mix, and he is the sweetest boy. Say hi, Bush. Oh yes, he is such a love, and he just loves to patrol the house. He is like a little bodyguard. Like, he just loves to watch and see who's coming by and watch out the windows and play with frisbee, most of all. That's his other favorite thing. And you're very good at catching frisbees, huh? Maybe I can put some clips in here of him catching frisbees because he's like really good at it. He's very modest though, so he would never tell you that. He's just gonna wait for me to tell you that. He also just loves belly rubs. Oh boy. And then Miss Evie, who is a red heeler, and she's so funny too. She loves just sitting by our window right here too. This is the chair we got from the antique store like a few weeks ago, and it has quickly become the Evie chair. She blends right into it, and she is just so sweet. She definitely is a more relaxed cattle dog. The breed tends to be like very crazy, but we've always joked that like she prepared us for having cats because she's just so chill and relaxed. She's actually pretty lazy until you get her up and like to the park or something, and then she'll get a little bit more excited and try to play around and stuff. But she's younger than Bush by 2 years, I think. So I feel like I just had to catch you guys up to speed on all of our animals because I know a few of you were asking for a little roll call recently, and just to introduce you guys to all of them because there are a lot. And don't worry, we're pretty much done, I think, with having animals. I think we've got to be capped out at about 6 because it's a lot of work and we want to make sure that we take really good care of them. So 6 it is. 6 is plenty, I would say, as Remy climbs on top of the table behind me. Also, okay, so you know how we put the wheat into that plant? Yep, there he goes. So he really likes to rip that apart, and every morning when I wake up, I just find little shreds of it all over the table. So that's wonderful. Now I know for future reference, we do not get wheat for the little vases. I want to work on another cat today with my new pattern, and I just realized I don't have safety eyes that are big enough. I need to stock up on some. I need some 25mm safety eyes, but I do not have them. So instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a teeny weeny little cat. I still don't have a name for this pattern yet, but this is Loops and Threads Skinny Chenille. So I'm thinking we can do gray for the body, the little white paws and snout, and then I also have the pink. And then this way I can use some of my smaller safety eyes, and that should work perfectly. I'm gonna use a 3.5mm hook for this, and who knows how much progress I'm gonna make on this today. This is honestly just for fun. It sounds fun, so we're gonna go ahead and do it and see how far we get. Can we take a moment and talk about how cute the tiny foot is? Look at the little toe beans. It's so small, and I just love Skinny Chenille because every time I make something with it, I'm just like, oh, it's so cute and tiny. But I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I have the tail done. So there's the tail, and then we have the ears done. If I can pick them up, there we go. So we have the ears, and then I just have to finish making the 2 arms, and then we'll get to do the body. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. I'm gonna try this to put the safety eyes in today because my snapper broke. I think I mentioned that in my last vlog, but I saw this in Jenna's vlog where she used a hammer and like a little metal circular thing. But I'm gonna use a mallet just so that I potentially don't like break my finger because I'm not very good with hammers. And I don't have a perfectly circular thingy, but I did find this in my husband's toolbox and I think it should be okay. And then I can put the eye down on this little gauge swatch that I made. Yeah, I think this should be okay. Darn it. Maybe, I don't know, I wasn't hitting it very hard. Maybe I should hit it a little harder. Put my back into it. I think I heard it. Oh my gosh, it worked! Thanks, Jenna! You saved the day. Okay, but this is actually such a genius idea. Like, shout out to Jenna for this. She's so real for this. Ryan's about to never see this mallet again. It's gonna be my new craft tool to get the eyeballs in. It works so well. There it goes. Are you kidding me? Look at how easy that was. I just finished up the cat and this one might be my new favorite. It is just so tiny and so cute. And I love these eyes so much. It's just adorable. I love the small little plushies. I'm telling you, I cannot get over it. But let me know which one you prefer in the comments. If you like the bigger one or the smaller one. I can't decide. But now I need to make one with like an in-between size, like Parfait Chunky yarn. Hello, Remy. And I can't wait to do that. But this is the one I made today. These are 20mm safety eyes in this one, and I can link them in the description, but I can't get over this. It's so cute. And when you put it next to the big one over here, they're so funny, like the size difference you can kind of see here. But it just always amazes me how different a pattern can look with different yarn and a different hook size. You can really make so many different sizes of these. Just look at them stacked on top of each other. Oh, he fell. So it's a lot later, but I've made a ton of progress on my blanket, so I just had to give you a little update on it. This is the blanket I'm making for my sister. Here is the size of it right now. I actually thought it was bigger than this by this point because I have been working with it on my lap, so it felt bigger. But I'm trying to get this to be a square, so I'm not sure how many more rows that would technically be. I feel like we're a little bit more than halfway now that I'm looking at it, and I thought it was going to be done soon because I'm running low on the white Red Heart Super Saver, and I don't want to buy another one because it's not a yarn that I use all that much, so I feel like I would just end up with a ton of it laying around after this project. But now that I'm thinking out loud, I still have to do the border on this blanket, so we might have to be making another trip to Joann's soon. I need to do that anyway because I'm still just distraught over the fact that they're closing. It's just been in the past 2 days or so that I've learned that they're closing all the stores. I just feel like we cannot catch a break. So my heart goes out to all of you. This is your reminder. Take a sip of water, go eat some food, make sure you're taking care of yourself because it is brutal out here and I am thinking of you. I hope everyone is doing okay because seriously, the thought of Joann going away is just awful. I've been seeing a lot of people sharing their personal stories and stuff with Joann and why it's like so important to them and stuff on social media, and it's just made me so sad. And like for me personally, I remember going with my grandma when I was so little and I would take the sewing classes with her and just look at fabric and she would teach me how to sew, and I still don't know how to sew. Sorry if you hear my cats, but it was just such a good memory and it's just such a magical place, and it's just so sad to think that it's going away. So it's one of those things where I'm just kind of pretending like it's not happening, but it's really awful. So I'm very sorry to anyone who's also sad about this. It's just, I don't know. Joann's is just irreplaceable. I know there's other craft stores, but Joann just has a special place in my heart, and I know it does for you guys too. So, I mean, I guess on a positive note, at least I was able to get a porch goose before they closed. So hopefully you were able to get one too. I think that's something we might have to do soon, is crochet little outfits for the porch geese. I was thinking of maybe making some free patterns for little outfits for them. If that's something you'd be interested in, let me know. But that might have to be coming soon. I'm also just at the point in the evening where I'm very tired, but I'm having so much fun with this heart blanket that I don't want to stop crocheting. So I think I'm probably going to give myself like 30 more minutes of crochet time, find something to watch, and hopefully make some more progress on this. I really want to get it finished up in this vlog just because I don't want it to end up being a whip that sits in my pile forever. So we're gonna have to see, but if you do hear a lot of noise in the background, it's because my cats, they go crazy at night. I think it's because of Dale. Dale is the cat that used to be feral, and I think so he's like kind of just has that in his brain, like nighttime is like the active time, and he's rubbed off on all the other cats a little bit. And so every night as I'm falling asleep, I'll hear them just zooming around the house. So you might hear them here and there in the background right now, but I love them. I love them so much. I know in the past before I've said that I don't personally like Red Heart Super Saver, but you know, I think this project might actually be changing my mind a little bit because this is just so fun, and specifically this retro stripe color is just so fun, and I love how the color changes up in this blanket. I think it's so cute, and it really just reminds me of my sister, so I'm really excited to give it to her. But I'm very interested to see how it's going to hold up once we do the fabric softener trick, because I feel like that's really going to help things soften up a little bit. I don't know. I've worked with yarns in the past, like Lion Brand Pound of Love, and I've done that with those yarns, and they got way softer, and I feel like they're pretty similar. So if this ends up working, I am probably going to go on a blanket making spree, and I think we're going to have to make blankets for like every room in my house. Like that front room, I think that could use a really pretty blanket. In the sunroom, we need to do so many crochet projects in there. Like I'm thinking we could even make some pillows for that couch and a blue blanket that kind of goes with the couch. There's just a lot of crocheting that I feel like we have to do outside of plushies, and it's hard to, you know, do all of it because I have too many ideas and only so much time during the day where I'm not feeling like I'm actually gonna fall asleep. Like right now, I don't know if you can tell, I'm so tired, but I also just keep on telling myself one more row, and I'm like literally dozing off right now. Like I'm so tired. And I've done like a ton of crocheting today. Like that cat, I love that pattern so much, and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it, but it does take quite a while. Like it, even though it's a no-sew pattern, it's just a larger pattern. We'll see how far I can get with this blanket tonight, but I need to move now because my neck is starting to hurt, and it's like the only angle I can have my head in the frame with. So I'm gonna go work on this now. So I want to show you the progress I've made on the blanket so far. I was thinking we were going to finish it up in this vlog, but I realized we still have a long way to go before this is a square, because you can really see how rectangular it is here. So I think that what we're going to do is finish that up in next week's vlog, and hopefully by then we will have a really cute finished blanket. But stay tuned for next week's vlog. That is where we're going to finish this up. I feel like we still made a good amount of progress. Like we got that done, we got my new crochet pattern designed, we did some other crocheting here and there. So overall, I would say it was a successful week. But there is one other thing that I have to show you, and this is a little bit off topic, but basically on Instagram recently I got an ad from Vera Bradley, and I forgot about Vera Bradley, and it just like all came flooding back into my brain. So if you don't know, or if you're too young, Vera Bradley is like a brand that was really popular in the 90s and 2000s, and it's basically like cotton quilted bags, duffel bags, purses, totes, all those sorts of things. And they usually have these like really loud prints on them that are super vibrant and things like that. And I just remember thinking it was the coolest thing to have a Vera Bradley duffel bag at like a sleepover party or something. So when I saw this ad, I was immediately intrigued because I feel like they're going to be making a comeback, and I could be totally wrong because I'm not a person that stays on top of trends, but some of their designs for the spring just felt so modernized and really cute. And I saw this little bag, and it actually just came in the mail, so I have to show it to you. I love this. Let me know if I'm crazy, but I think this is the cutest thing ever. And I got this little bag charm to go with it for your AirPods. My AirPods have been missing ever since we moved, but now I need to look for them because I've been missing them and they're here somewhere. They have to be here somewhere, so I need to look for those. But this is a little bag, and I just think it's so cute. So this is like the signature Vera Bradley like quilted pattern thing that I was talking about, but this pattern has like little poppies on it and it's a really pretty like coral color, and I just love the size of it. Like me personally, I'm a girly that likes a bag that is just big enough for the essentials, like my chapstick, my wallet, my phone, that sort of thing. So this is perfect for that. And then it also came with a little strap, so you can use it as kind of like a crossbody situation. But I just wanted to show this to you guys because I feel like you get me, and there are just so many cute things on their website. So I'll link this purse down below. This is starting to sound sponsored. It's definitely not sponsored at all, but I just love this so much and I think it's adorable. Like, look at this little bag. It's definitely not like my everyday bag because the pattern is just so loud and vibrant. It's not gonna go with everything, but I think it's so cute. So here's like everything I have in here. This is my wallet. This is just like a brown wallet that I've had forever. And then I also have my emotional support shrimp. Honestly, don't ask, but I've been carrying this in my bag for like a year and a half now, and it just kind of freaks me out to not have him. He's definitely like a safety item. It just makes me feel better. Like, I think I take the whole emotional support shrimp thing a little too seriously. And then I have my car key, and my phone can also fit in here too, and maybe like a little lip gloss or a chapstick. I just had to share that with you because I'm very excited about it, and I am becoming a Vera Bradley girly. Like, the next thing I want to get from them is this really cute tomato print, and I think it'd be really cute to get one of their pouches for like crochet hooks or something. So that is definitely going to be the next thing that I get. I'm going to be obsessed with this. Like, this is my new obsession. So I just hope you're okay with it because you might be seeing it a little bit more. It's just so much fun. It is so much fun. So hopefully you like my bag. I love it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. You can be honest. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me this week. This was just so much fun. I feel like we got to do a little bit of everything, and I just really appreciate you being here. It means so much to me. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss next week's video, and we're going to finish up this blanket. We need to finish it next week, or I will never finish it. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!